A kingdom of old traditions. A crown forged in duty. A girl raised to one day become queen. And a secret she was never meant to carry. Everyone thinks they know how a princess lives. Perfect days, perfect rules, perfect expectations. But what if that image is a lie? What if behind the palace walls, the future queen kept a love so forbidden, so fragile, so dangerous, that Spain itself worked to bury it? Because this affair did not weaken her. It changed her. And the truth begins now. The story opens on a quiet morning in the royal palace of Oriente, where sunlight spills through the tall windows, warming the marble floors. Court staff move with the silence of people who know they serve history. And somewhere in the East Wing, behind one locked door, a young princess sits with a letter in her hands. A letter she has read 100 times but still cannot let go of. It is the only physical trace of the boy she once loved. The one she was forbidden to see. The one who taught her what freedom felt like. From the moment she turned 16, the burden of destiny fell heavily on her shoulders. Tutors trained her in diplomacy, media discipline, constitutional law. Her mother taught her poise. Her father taught her strength. But no one taught her how to be a girl with a heart that beat faster for someone who did not belong to her world. And that is where the first curiosity begins. Who was he? How did they meet? And how did a future queen fall in love with a boy who threatened the balance of an entire monarchy? It began far from the palace, during a private military training retreat. There, stripped of ceremony, titles, and royal formality, she was simply Leonor. And one evening, after a long day of drills, she saw him. A young soldier in training from a modest family. Calm eyes, steady hands, a presence that made the noise in her world suddenly quiet. Their conversations began as simple exchange. Discipline, duty, life. But then curiosity deepened into connection, and connection slipped into affection. Their first secret happened without planning. A shared walk in the dusk. A laugh she couldn't suppress. A moment of honesty that felt like stepping into the light after years in the dark. And from there, the forbidden began to grow. Each dawn brought them together. Each night pulled them apart. Yet the palace would never tolerate such a bond. A future queen could not love freely. Her heart was not her own. It belonged to Spain. Still, she kept him close. Hidden. Protected. But secrets inside a palace do not stay quiet for long. One day, a royal advisor noticed the change in her. A softness in her gaze. A warmth in her voice. And suspicion began. That suspicion opened the second curiosity loop. How did the advisors uncover the truth? Who revealed the secret? And what did the palace do once they realized the princess's heart belonged to someone outside royal lineage? It happened during an unplanned visit. An advisor observed the soldier pass her a small folded note. It seemed innocent. But her smile was not. The palace machinery activated instantly. Discreet surveillance. Quiet questioning. Sudden changes to her schedule. She understood the message without needing words. Her love was no longer hers to protect. The monarchy had taken notice, and the price was coming. The first confrontation came from her mother. Not in anger, but in fear. Fear of scandal. Fear of instability. Fear of losing the girl she raised to the weight of the crown. Her father was different. Stern. Cold. Bound by obligation. He saw the affair not as love, but as risk. And risk was not permitted for the heir to the throne. The soldier was transferred to another region within a week. No explanation. No goodbye. No final moment. Only silence. For the princess, the silence became a storm. And this opens the third curiosity. Did she give up? Did she fight? Or did she find a way to hold on to him, even while the world tried to tear them apart? She fought quietly. She wrote to him. Letters that never reached him. She sent messages that remained unread. She asked advisors for clarity, only to be met with polished lies. The palace had built a wall between them. A wall she could not break. Months passed, and she learned something heartbreaking. The soldier, pressured by royal officials, had resigned from training and disappeared from public record. Not because he wanted to, but because he was told that if he continued, he would damage her future. And he loved her enough to leave. But then comes the fourth curiosity. Did the story end there? Or did fate have a different plan? Fate, as always, works in silence. Years later, during a royal event, the princess stepped onto a balcony. Below her, among the crowd, she saw him. Not in uniform, not in the shadows, standing tall, changed by time, but unmistakably him. He looked up. She froze. And for one suspended moment, the monarchy, the cameras, the weight of her destiny disappeared. Only the two of them existed. Their eyes met, and everything they had buried resurfaced. But the moment shattered quickly. A guard approached her. The crowd shifted. And when she looked back, he was gone. This moment reignites the next curiosity. Did she chase the past? Did she confront those who took him away? Or did she accept that love and duty would forever war inside her? She did what a future queen would do. She used her voice, carefully, strategically. She demanded more autonomy in her personal life. She requested time away from official engagements. She stepped into adulthood with a quieter rebellion, building small spaces of freedom inside the structure designed to control her. But destiny remained unmovable. She could not marry freely. She could not pursue the life of her heart. The crown demanded sacrifice. And she understood what every royal heir eventually learns. Love is the first thing the throne takes from you. Yet even now, she keeps one memory alive. A secret place she visits sometimes, a hidden garden behind the palace. Beneath an old tree stands a stone bench. Carved faintly into its surface are two initials. Hers, and his. The only trace of a love that almost was. And that brings us to the final curiosity. Did she truly lose him forever? Or is their story still unfolding in the shadows of a monarchy that guards its secrets more tightly than its crown? No one knows, not even the palace insiders. Because some secrets, the most human ones, the most fragile ones, live only in the heart of the princess who was born to rule, but never allowed to love freely. And perhaps that is the greatest truth of all. A princess can be destined for a throne, yet still haunted by the one person she was never allowed to keep. If you want, I can expand this into a full cinematic sequel, a part 2, or a parallel story from the soldier's perspective.